Hi, Lee Phillips. Yeah, I've got a lot of YouTube videos out here, and thank you all for watching. I want to talk to you about your two best tax shelters. They're not what you think is a tax shelter, but people who do these things, they get rich. And I have watched it for my 40 years of practice as a lawyer. And so you need to pay attention to these two. One is your small business, and you've never had an accountant bring you in and put his arm around you and say, we need to teach you how to use your small business as a tax shelter. But somehow small business people, they get rich. The other one is your real estate investing. Real estate is a tax shelter, but the real estate investors are leaving a ton of money on the table because there again, nobody's ever taught them how to use real estate as an actual tax shelter. So between the business and real estate, those are your two best tax shelters. But small business people leave a lot of money on the table. We go through taxes here in the office. I've got big tax people. I've got former IRS agents, former head of the IRS division. We got tax people. We go through these taxes for people, and we can always find stuff that their accountant just didn't tell them about. Why didn't their accountant tell them about it? Because your accountant takes your numbers, plugs them in the computer, and spits out your taxes. That's his job. As soon as he starts to counsel you, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? You could maybe do this. You could maybe do that. As soon as they counsel you, they become liable because they told you to do it. Your obligation to yourself is you've got to learn how to do these things. I don't file my own taxes. I sit and shake when I look at a tax return. And yet I'm a tax attorney. And no, you don't have to fill out your own tax return, but you do have to know what to do. And you can go into your accountant, you can say, hey, let's do this. And the guy will look at you and say, wow, you're smarter than you look. That's a good idea. But remember, you said it. So you've got to understand these things well enough so that you can actually, I'm going to say create. We're not creating out of thin air, but every transaction that you take during the year, you need to ask, what's the tax consequence? What's the tax consequence? Because people who understand the tax laws can take a good deal and make it into a great deal. They can take a bad deal and make it into an okay deal. So it becomes really important. Now, why are these two things, your little business and your real estate, why are they your two best tax shelters? Well, they both come in what the accountants call above the line. The line is your adjusted gross income line on your tax return, on your personal tax return. Very few things feed in above the line. Anything that you do in your small business either adds to your income or subtracts from your income. Most of your financial dudes work below the line. Your medical deductions, your home mortgage, your charitable contributions, all of that kind of stuff is below the line. You've got to work above the line, but there's really nothing you can do personally to work above the line. So your little business and your real estate allow you to work above the line, lower your adjusted gross income, which has massive tax effects on your personal taxes. So we can lower your adjusted gross income by taking deductions in the business, by the depreciation in the real estate. And I talk about using your small business as a tax shelter and using your real estate as a tax shelter. And the tax guys in our office, we review these tax returns. We can always figure out how to get the guy more money, almost always, because the accountants don't do it for you. You're on your own. They take your numbers and they plug it in, and that's it. Okay, guys, learn to work above the line. That's the adjusted gross income line. Look on your 1040 form and read the lines above the adjusted gross income number. And it has AGI, adjusted gross income. And look above the line. See what is there. The only thing that you're going to recognize there, other than the business and the real estate, is a standard IRA. Your contribution to your standard IRA every year, that comes out above the line. It actually lowers your adjusted gross income. So, two best tax shelters, adjusted gross income and real estate. Don't forget to love us and like us and all that stuff. And actually, pick up my 10 tax tactics. It's a free ebook thingy, or how to beat the IRS. You can do either one of them. And we will get you that out, and it'll help you in your taxes and playing the game with the IRS. Now, subscribe below and give us the likes and the loves and all of that thing. In fact, share these videos with your friends. All right, we will catch you later.